Y'all, welcome. Jeannine, are you ready for me to bring you on?
I'm ready.
Jeannine and I are so excited to have us back together for what we have been dreaming about for more longer than I can even remember. But for anyone who was with us last month, and for anyone who is brand new, regardless, we just want to say, as we do, like a big sister brother squeeze to you. And we just so believe that whether you're with us live or on the replay, that there are no accidents. You are here for a reason. We are here together for a reason. And we have a beautiful hour-ish of time to dig in, to hear from Jeannine after studying dreams for more than 2 decades, after guiding and mentoring and exploring with people the gift that dreams can be. One of my favorite things is to share people I love with people I love. So that's what brings us together. Um, so I just first want to say, Jeannine, welcome. And I want to
Thank
turn it over to you to just open up with anything that's fresh on your heart. And then we're gonna take a little place of pause and catch our breath before we dive on in.
Okay, that sounds great. One is you said something about a replay. We're not replaying this, right?
We are replaying the intro this
That's
time,
the intro. Got
but
it.
when
Okay. I
we
just wanted to
get
make sure.
to, actually, that's really important. When we get to doing the interpretation, you will see the recording continue for the sole purpose of sharing your dream interpretation with you, but that the dream interpretation of your dream will not be shared publicly. Just the intro that Jeannine and I do and the closing, because we want this to be able to go to others to bring them to join us hopefully next month.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, welcome. I have been dreaming all of my life, literally. I have always felt like dreams came from the outside in, meaning I always felt like they were messages coming to me. And because I believe in God, I always felt like they came from God. And so I was a little girl, I would go down to the kitchen table and I would tell my mom, "Hey, mom, I had this dream, and I think maybe God's talking to me." And my mom, even though she didn't understand these things at all, was like, "Oh, well, that's really interesting." And she just completely affirmed it. And so even though I didn't study dream interpretation until my early 30s, yes, it's been over 2 decades. I'm 55. Thank you very much. Um, I have listened to my dreams all my life, and I have had amazing, beautiful, encounters with the spiritual realm. I've had guidance like you wouldn't believe. I've had healing in my dreams. I've had all kinds of things. And so I just get super excited for gatherings like this, whether they be small or much larger gatherings where I've been able to teach people, because I just love seeing people get lit up about what happens at night. And before I turn it back to you, Sarah, I just want to introduce my friend Kalena. Kalena is here. She has been a mentee of mine for quite some time now, years. I don't even know how many years. But I asked Kalena to join in because she's wonderfully gifted as well at dream interpretation. And so we will be kind of volleying a little bit back and forth as we listen to your dreams.
Awesome. Welcome, Sister Kalena. We're glad you're here. Um, okay, so a couple logistical things as we go. If you have a question, pop it in the chat. If you're watching the replay, pop it in the comments. There is going to be a way you can find us because what we did last month, which was so fun, was whatever questions we couldn't answer live, Jeannine and I recorded a little follow-up video and we're able to do a little bit of a deep dive into some of the incredible questions that came our way. So we'll make sure we get that to you because we really, really hope that this feels, yes, whether you are, like Jeannine said, have been a dreamer, you love them, you have a degree of understanding about them, or you're like, wow, I had the craziest dream last night, or when I was 4, that's still with me, and I need some insight, or somewhere in the middle. We will dig into your dreams because that's what brings us together. But more than anything, we just want you to feel loved. We want you to feel that there is this community of belonging that, regardless of your faith tradition, regardless of where you are coming to us, we hope this starts to draw a global community of our family. We really, really hope that this is a place that you feel like you can come to and just be in a bubble of kind of belonging of sisters and brothers that are different and diverse. And in that diversity, we believe there is something so special and beautiful about what I believe is our God created, beautiful global family. So yes, whatever faith tradition you come from, you are welcome. Jeannine and I are rooted in a faith tradition in Jesus. So when it comes to your dream interpretation, you can choose whether Jeannine and Kalena interpret and give the messaging and communicate it in a biblically rooted Jesus space, or they communicate it in something that is from whatever you can talk a little bit about where you come from, and then they will communicate it, but they will be rooted in the wellspring and the love of Jesus and whatever they say, because they can't, because that's who they be. So anything to add on to that, Jeannine?
No, that sounds
Okay.
great.
Okay.
I will say
Yeah.
one thing. One of my favorite things to do is to go to places where there is such diverse people with such diverse backgrounds. So I have, I'm a churchgoer, so yeah, I talk to people about dreams there, but I've been in many, many places, all kinds of arts festivals and new age festivals and coffee houses and shopping malls and everywhere you could think of, interpreting dreams. And I never know in those conversations what people's spiritual background, is, but I'm always wanting to be respectful of wherever anyone comes from. And so just know that that's really genuine. That's really our heart's desire, is to respect where you're at.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Mhm.
So we're just going to take 1 minute for those who have been in my world, in the Seeds of Exchange world for a while. We talk a lot about pops or places of pause. And here in Colorado, it's a little after 5 o'clock. It's been a wild day for both Jeannine and I know from talking with her. And I have a hunch it's probably been a full day for you. So one of the gifts of this, we hope, is that we are going to anchor ourselves in just a moment to be still, to take a breath and to be, because our lives zig and zag and zoom with quite a pace. So I just want to invite you to arrive, if it feels all right. Take a breath, and I love to open my hands as both a welcome for the moment I'm arriving into, as a way to also notice if there's anything heavy or that I'm clenching. And like I said, whatever is your faith tradition, I just invite you to hand over whatever is heavy to the one who loves you and who is with you. And take a breath in as just a way to open your heart to receive breath of life, to exhale anything that is distracting, that is stressful, that is overwhelming, that is causing you to feel anything other than here and peace. And I just invite you to take a couple deep breaths. And a blessing for you is I bless you with a deep sense of presence and peace and belonging and love. And whatever is meant for you. Because if you're here, there is a reason. I bless you that by the end of this time together, your hands, your mind, your heart, your spirit will receive exactly what you most need. Okay. So,
One more quick thing.
yeah.
Sometimes, I don't know why this just came to me, but in gatherings like this, I often find that like even though we're just about to focus, Sarah's about to shift us into like one-on-one dream interpretation.
Yeah.
If I say something or Kalena says something to someone who we're interpreting for, but like something in what you're saying like hits your heart is like, ooh, that really touches me. I just want you to know like that is kind of the presence of the spirit to just add to everybody who's on the call. So please don't feel like it needs to be just for the person for whom we're interpreting. If it resounds inside your heart, I just want to say, just grab it, hold on to it, and take it for yourself.
Yes. I call that just the extravagant economy of the Spirit of God. It's
Yeah,
something, as we are in community, something that someone says can help unfold a little bit of your passion, your purpose, your calling, your something, something that someone else receives that Jane or Kalena may give in terms of impartation of a dream or interpretation of a dream. It could mean not just for the person who's dreamt the dream, but for you. So
yeah.
be ready. Go on. I call it a treasure hunt. Just go on a treasure hunt. So, before we dive into, I'm going to ask you to either raise your hand, literally, or if you know Zoom, do that, or say, I have a dream to be interpreted in the chat. And we will just one by one go through those who have a dream. So take a pause on that and remember that the hope is that it's a short dream. And the invitation is for you to share it from memory, not reading it if you can. That's the two prompts that Jeannine has asked for. So as you're thinking about that and getting ready to raise your hand, Jeannine, I want to ask you if you would share either a dream, and I want you to pause for a minute because we didn't talk about this before, so I believe that there's a divine surprise here, a God surprise. But is there a dream that comes to mind that you would like to just share with our crew? Just one sec. It's gonna talk about keeping it real. Our doorbell just rang. Um, is there something that comes to mind, a dream that you yourself had that was just that you feel like is the one for you to share right now? Or one that you had the honor of interpreting for someone that you just think would be a good way to kind of start our time together as a picture of what dreams can be and do in people's lives.
Oh my gosh, so many. I'll tell one. This is one of my favorites because it was a healing dream that was a very unexpected healing dream. So, one of my sisters, this is from a long time ago, one of my sisters was a very, very busy executive at a look Fortune 500 company. And I was going through a season where I was the one that was kind of always reaching out to her. I would make sure that we would talk every 3 or 4 weeks, whatever. And I was kind of irritated at the fact that I had to, keep up that relationship, and there didn't really feel like it was ever initiated on her side. And I was struggling with this. And so because of that, and because I could tell my heart was starting to get a little bit, not so great towards her, I was praying and I was like, all right, God, just, can you help me out? Like, help me with this. And I had this dream. And in my dream, I am my sister. And I wake up in the morning at like 4:30 in the morning to get myself ready for work. And then I wake up my children and then I feed them breakfast and I get all their lunches together and I take them to school. And I'm at work at 7:30 in the morning. And when I open up my computer, I have like 400 emails to answer. And I look at my calendar, which is stacked full of meetings, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do my work, do my email, and all the things. And I leave work and I go take my kids to soccer practice and piano and all the other things. And then I get home at 6 o'clock, and now it's time to get dinner on the table with my husband. And then when I put my kids to bed, my day still isn't over because I have to go do the laundry and I have to fold the laundry that has been done. And at 11:30 at night, I'm doing my final check of emails before I go to sleep. I wake up in the morning and I was like, oh my gosh, now I understand. Because it totally shifted my attitude towards her. And it was like, and I love that because sometimes one of the things that you can do in your dreams is you can actually be in another person's shoes. And usually, when that happens, it's because you are being given perspective from their vantage point about what they're experiencing. And that's exactly what was going on with me and with my sister. And it's one of my favorite dreams because it just totally gave me the grace that I needed to be like, all right, I'm the one who's going to reach out.
I love that. Okay. So Jeannine, I would love for you to speak a closing blessing, whatever comes to you.
Okay. Yeah.
And I just invite everyone who is with us, as Jeannine does, to just receive, whether you hold your hands open, whether as you breathe, you imagine inhaling her words, but just receive whatever has been meant for you up until now. And as Jeannine and I speak this blessing, receive it as a gift, like the bow on the top of this time for you.
So I'll just start out by saying one of the things I am very grateful to have learned from people who are older than me and mentored me in the things of the spirit, that God has given us the ability to impart to other people what we carry. And so I'm going to hold up my hands just as a symbol of that. And I bless you to receive all that God has for you in this part of your life, enjoying the night season, hearing from the realm of the Spirit in the night season, being able to wake up at just the right moment when you're going to remember what it is that happens. I bless you to understand the mysteries that happen at night. I bless you to have the wisdom to know how to apply it to what is going on in your life if it pertains to the present. But I also bless your spirit to remember that God is eternal. Therefore, some of the things that happen for you at night are going to be about stuff you do not know anything about. So I bless you to not just try to figure out with what you presently know or what you've known from the past, but to make room for this incredible grace that God has given us to sometimes see and envision and sense the future. And I bless you to be okay with the mystery of that, to entrust your life to the one who knows all, who sees all, who is in all, who is above all, who is over all, and who is with you in it all. Amen. You're on mute.
Kalena, as Jeannine was blessing, I had a nudge to ask if you would like to say a closing word, blessing, anything. Feel free to say yes or no.
Well, it sounds like all of us on the call are coming from a Christian background. And so I would just also like to add that I think one of the most one of the biggest gifts of dreams is that you're starting your day with the Holy Spirit speaking directly and uniquely to you. And every dream that we have is an invitation just to respond to what He's already speaking, what He's already doing. And I'm often encouraged by Jeannine reminding me that we don't need to understand what He's doing, that we can just say yes and amen to all that you're doing. And so I just bless you also with peace to know to be able to receive what you can receive and to trust when you don't understand.
Yeah, so good.
Thank you. You have a gift to say really powerful things in a short space. Thank you. I had a nudge when I was praying about this call to read this blessing from Jan Richardson. So this will be the last thing for this month. And we hope you come back next month. Bring people with you. Bring yourself. You're also plenty. This is a blessing that's entitled Blessing for the Place Between. When you come to the place between, when you have left what you held most dear, when you are traveling toward the life you know not, when you arrive at the hardest ground. May it become for you a place to rest. May it become for you a place to dream. May the pain that has pressed itself into you give way to vision, to knowing. May the morning make of it an altar, a path, a place to begin again. And for anyone who is a Bible reader, this is inspired by the story of Jacob's dream in Genesis 28. So take a look at that story, and I'll include this little reading in our follow-up also. So Jeannine and I and Kalena and all of us who have been on this call want to just say thank you for being here. We love you. We bless you. We welcome you to reach out to us if there's any little niggling anythings. If you have a question that you're like, "Ooh, I want Jeannine to speak to this before next time," we'll record another video. If you want to connect with Jeannine for mentoring, to learn more about a dream, get an hour session with her and dig in and dive in and see what gifts are meant for you in this season, and the gift of this sister that we love so much.
And there are a couple of people on the call who don't know Sarah. So check out seedsofexchange.org. There are so many ways that you connect. You can connect even remotely with her and what she's doing, and I highly recommend it. It's an amazing place to find community. And on a lighter note, because I popped in that cowboy cookies, I found the best recipe for cowboy cookies. It's in the chat if you want to include it, Sarah. And I made mix-ins of peanut butter M&Ms and chocolate chips and coconut and oats. And word is from the little girls that I gave them to that they were the bomb.
Okay, I'll include that also if anyone missed it in the chat. Put it in the replay, and in our little follow-up email. So, y'all, we love you. Thank you. Until next time, catch you later.
Thank
Bye.
you, Sarah.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.